Hi, Primoz. How are you?
Good, good, very well.
Yeah, it's great.
How's
Yeah, you look like you're in the sunshine over there. How's the weather?
I am, definitely.
Yeah, we've had some
Sunny
really
Spain.
cold weather, so it's good to see that. And you're still in Marbella at the moment?
Mm. Yes, I'm still in Spain. Next week, probably I'm leaving. I'm
Oh,
going
okay,
back to my home country.
great.
So
Well,
it's gonna be adventurous again for me.
well, thanks for taking the time. I know you've been traveling. You've got a lot of things going on. So I appreciate you taking the time to share some of your insights and experiences with the whole community of coaches and leaders and business owners. It's really exciting. So let me do a
Yeah,
quick
for sure.
introduction. So Primoz Lazar, he's an online business consultant specializing in 90-day plans for startups and experienced entrepreneurs. It's been really exciting to hear about what that is all about, and I think we're going to go into that today, which is really great. Primoz started really working with businesses in different areas from the creative side of photography and images and so forth, and then shifted into more the business side of things. I think is what you were telling me the other day, right? And this
Right.
has been really your passion the last little while. You've written two books. Congratulations! I've only got my first one out, so I got to catch up to you. um,
Yeah,
and you've done some public speaking. You love working with people, helping them with strategies to improve their business, their life, and to accelerate their success. Uh, so, thanks again for the time today. I really look forward to hearing more about that journey and how you got here, and also to
yeah.
share maybe some of your experience and talk about this 90-day plan. I'm really excited to hear about that.
Sure. I might give you a quick background on my story, right? And so
Yeah,
everyone can
please.
understand.
Hmm.
Everyone can understand how I came from nothing and how I found this opportunity of building an online business, right? And how can this opportunity of you doing something online, right? How can this opportunity fulfill your dreams and goals, right? So my journey was pretty hard, right? For example, 8 years ago, I broke down personally. So I completely lost myself. I lost my vision, my goals, my purpose, and I didn't know how to continue, right? So I needed to decide either I'm gonna give up in life or I'm gonna make something out of it. So I decided for growth and progression. And 7 or 8 years ago, I left my home country, Slovenia, which is next to Italy in Europe, and I traveled to Australia. And that's where I started as a professional photographer at first and filmmaker. And that was my first experience of working in a very professional environment. And I learned how to work with customers. I learned some leadership skills. And I found myself being really passionate about something, right? But the problem was that I was location dependent. With the photography job, I could not travel back and forth and go visit my family or whatsoever. I needed to be booked in for the next 2, 3 months for those photography gigs that I was doing, right? So I started exploring what else could I do that I could be more independent. And I came across the online industry and I started learning about building websites, digital marketing, and I kind of get one step ahead of the local business owners with my knowledge. And I approached them and I helped them at the beginning with content creation as a photographer, filmmaker, online marketing skills, and building websites. I set up some Facebook ads for them. I generated some leads, contacts for them. And I recognized that they don't really know very well how to convert those contacts leads into sales. So I needed to become I needed to study sales a little more to coach them on that, and also to get more clients for myself, right? So that's how I found myself helping local business owners overall with all the structure and strategies and support, right? So actually, unknowingly, I became a business consultant, right? Because I started giving advice of how can we move forward the brand and increase the brand awareness and get more clients, more sales, right? So 3 years ago, I did not want to just work with local clients because I was still half dependent on them, right? In regards of location and doing videos, photos for them, and these kind of things. So I decided that I'm gonna move solely online. And small problem occurred for me. I did not know how to get my first clients for myself across internet, social media, organically, internationally, right? Because it's different to get a client who is a local because you can pick up a phone or do some Facebook ads to get their phone numbers and call them. But I needed to figure out thereafter how to organically connect with people across the world through social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram, and potentially figure out if they need my help, right? So for these last 3 years, I've been studying and practicing the most organic way of how to get your first or more clients online, right? And it's
Hmm.
actually fairly simple for me now because I know it, but for someone who's starting, they got quite a few things to learn, right? Being clear on your offer, establishing an online brand so it conveys the right message through certain content pieces that you create, and then expanding that audience in 2 or 3 specific ways. I got 2 or 3 methods, right? So when you're expanding it, then you create more content, you nurture them, and some of them reach out to you, to others you can reach out to as well. So you can strike those conversations in DMs, and then you can book calls, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I learned at first. That's how I got my first clients. And when I made my first money online, I was like, oh my gosh, I just earned $200, and I only need to spend like 1 or 2 hours working with someone, right? And give them the advice. Before, I was working for $20 or $30 an hour, right?
Right.
So that was a quick belief shifting. You know what I
Moment.
mean?
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. So that inspired me, and like then I continued doing that, and I increased my prices and so on. And just recently, like I created an advanced system to put on top of that organic marketing of how can you build an email list and how can you pre-announce to the audience
Mm.
that you are launching your course program, and you can pre-sell them into what you are creating so they actually pay forward right before you even created something. They pay forward to you to fund your creation of your new course and program, and you can launch in a big way to your audience that you created, right?
Mm.
So I created this 90-day schedule that someone should follow to really achieve a big, huge breakthrough for them.
Nice.
For
Mm.
so they can onboard 15 to 20 clients at the same time, right?
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
and and yeah, that's my
So,
experience. I mean, I
yeah.
gave you a pretty long speech, but
No, that's great. And
um,
what I'm hearing is, in this program, does the program include the organic part as well as the
it does.
building the client base and the following and the momentum?
Yes,
Yeah.
because that's the foundation, right?
Okay.
You need to understand the fundamentals first, right? So you can be the most authentic, and you can really create content that really attracts others, right? And it's
Okay.
clear, right?
So it's
Um,
a
so
it's a 90-day marketing strategy to fill an event or a course, or is that right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes, to promote the launch, right, of your course program.
Mm-hmm.
So you can, and then you close the card, right, at the
Right.
end of 90 to 120 days, right? Then you close the card. I mean, you tell people like, look, I'm just taking this number of people on, right, for this group
Mm-hmm.
course and group mastermind and one-on-one, right, program that you have. And when I close the door, right, you cannot join until I open the doors again, right?
Mm. Mm.
So it's a
Interesting.
one-time
Yeah.
opportunity. It's
So
a
that,
one-time opportunity for you right now to join this group master, this experience that I'm
yeah.
launching, right?
So it could be a mastermind
Um,
group, it could be a course, it could be a product, it could be any.
so it's a combination. In my case, it's a combination of three things, right? The first one is you are creating a course outline, video course, right? Knowledgeable self-study course. On top, you're providing people with group experience so they can ask questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they get answered of what was happening in that course, right? And the third thing is you support people one-on-one, those who pay a little more, right? To
Nice.
get to get the knowledge applied to their unique situations. So
Mm.
it's like again a system, right?
Yeah.
And I promote usually a 6 month group mastermind experience. I mean that's in my case because I understand that people need at least 5 6 months to really achieve this breakthrough, right?
Mm.
Starting an online business won't be easy for starters, right?
Yeah, there's new behaviors that they need to learn. There's routines that they need to practice, etc. So what you're
Yes.
saying is we can't launch a course in just 30 days?
Oh, depends who that person is that is launching this course, right?
Oh, okay.
Depends on your previous work. Because, for example, you personally have been in online business industry for a long time, right? And you have already built the audience that knows you, right? For you,
Mm.
it's easier, right? But for someone right now I'm focused on those who are starting. Okay,
Okay.
those they need to set up the foundation, get clear on all the things right in the first month, and then in the second month they start creating content pieces and expanding, and then in the third month they're highly promoting that launch, right, and stuff like that. I
Mm.
mean, after this milestone is achieved for someone, after your first bigger launch, right, then you're going to create another launch in the next 5 6 months, and it's going to be so much easier for you to make more sales from those people who have not bought before and those who came
Right, right.
into your audience right now
Mm.
because you have already built an email list, right? You
Mm.
have already expanded your social media followers to 1,000 people, right, of potential clients.
Mm-hmm.
And every next launch or every next of your appearance, like it's gonna be easier, right? It's gonna be better.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
and the time frames can be shorter, right?
yeah, yeah. Very good. Now, I heard you earlier also as we were talking, you mentioned pre-selling the course. What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
So that means, for example, right? That means that you just announce to people that you will create that you have this message for them, solution for them, and that you got an outline of the course, right? Basically, you don't spend 2 months recording the course yet
Mm.
and creating the course yet, right? Basically, you just tell them, I am about to create this. We're going to go through this creation together. And because I'm allowing you to be part of it, you can get in for this fast action price point, right? This
Mm-hmm.
early bird price point, right?
Right.
And they will be part of you, of the experience you creating the course and program because in week one, you're gonna give them the week one, and you will be creating week two, right? And when they come into week two, which you just created, you will be already creating week three, right? So or so, right? Module ahead, right? But
Mm.
you already have the outline. You have planned the outline before, right? So basically, you're gonna collect the money from people beforehand. For example, 15 to 20 clients, and average price for entry would be $1,000, right? So you will make 15 to 20K, right? And then you will be prepaid to create everything for when you're done, right?
Yeah.
And if this wouldn't work, right? If no one will buy, you didn't waste time of 2 months of creating that something that no one is gonna buy, right?
Mm. Yeah,
This is what it means.
that's a great way of approaching it, because I know there's a lot of people that want to create courses, but they don't do anything because they feel that they need to spend the time to create all the material, all the content, and everything before they start telling anybody.
I know, and just today I met this kind of lady, right? She was saying she's already building a Facebook group and audience, and I asked her, "So do you have anything to offer to them? Like, have you already got any clients from them?" And she said, "No, I'm gonna do that in 1 or 2 months, in July. Today is
Mm-hmm.
May, right?" So I said to her, "Oh, no, no, no. What you should do is you should already create an outline. It's quick. You can create an outline in 10 minutes, right? You just
Mm.
say 8 steps, 10 steps of the transformation that someone needs to go through. Get 1 or 2 or 3 clients to work with one-on-one through this same process. So you will be paid and you will improve it, right? In this 1 2 months of you doing the marketing, and your online marketing content comes out of this message and process anyways, right?
Right.
So it's all very connected. And that's why I'm saying, like, that I created this 90-day schedule that someone should follow. And I put a lot of my mind into it. Like, everything is there for a reason. And it's designed to make a big impact already at the beginning. Because
Mm.
while you're promoting this, you are already getting one-on-one clients that you work with before you even open the door for a group launch. I mean, like, it's a huge process, right?
it's
Um,
it's
and
interesting.
and you're paid for it, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I won't mention any names, but I did sign up for a course one time. It was quite a few years ago, and it was pre-sold like that. But then, as we got into week two and week three, there was no content. There was nothing
Mm.
being provided, and there was a big uproar from everybody. So, I think what you're saying is, we see this actually with construction of new resorts, new hotels, new anything. People are putting up a billboard showing you what it's going to be and selling you some of the rooms
Mhm.
before they've even built the building, right? Okay.
Yeah,
So,
right, yeah, similar, yeah.
so you need what you're saying is you need to at least have the plan, the outline, the design of your course needs to be clear. Uh, and I think we all have something to offer. There's just so many people that
Yeah,
don't appreciate just how much knowledge they have, right?
yes. So with that, it all comes down to the behaviors that you were mentioning before, right?
Mm,
Because it's not that easy to up level your energy and commitment and decision that yes, I'm gonna utilize some of my expertise, skills, and knowledge, and I'm gonna commit to make something out of it and help others right through that. I mean, you gotta be pretty ambitious, right?
mm,
And so on to step up and chase those dreams of yours, right? I mean, it's easy to just lay back and say, all right, I don't want to do anything of more like I'm just gonna sit down and relax, right? But anyways, I'm driven, right? And
yeah,
many of others are driven as well, right? And you
mm,
really gotta be driven and committed to follow through the plan, right? And the plan has gotta be great as well.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm actually launching two courses at the moment, exactly the same way that you described, which is really exciting. As you know, lots and lots of people have become coaches during the last 18 months, 14 months because of COVID, but they print their card, they get their training, and they don't know what to do, right? They don't know how to get
Yeah,
clients. They don't. So I think between what you're saying and I've built lots of businesses. This course will be about how to build your coaching practice. Okay, it's a business, right? And I think that's what you're saying.
hmm,
It's not just you print a card and people are going to show up at your front door, right? You have to run it
yeah,
like a business. You have to market. You have to learn how to get the message out there. Yeah.
yeah. And nowadays it's kind of easier because we got social media, right? And it's accessible to everyone, but it's not that easy to use it in the right way. It's
Mm-hmm.
not that easy to be great content creator and consistent enough, right? It also comes down to consistency, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not that easy to even start a business, right? It's
Mm.
not that easy. It takes 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years of being of perseverance and hard work and consistency and showing up and doing
Yeah.
it and not giving up, right? That's what's the mindset behind it.
Yeah.
Now the question is, do you want to do this and make a living out of it and in the next few years? And then it's going to provide you with so much more and even passive income of selling the courses, programs to the email list or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you're just going to give up and live a regular life. And so, I mean, it's okay, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't,
Yep.
so anyways, like
It's it
that's the
takes
story behind it more, right?
it's important actually, and that's that mindset we were talking about. You know, the behavior, the confidence, and the resilience to push through. You know, you're going to get lots of knockbacks, lots of failures, but we don't learn without failure. That's how we learn, right? Uh,
Yeah,
you know, so
knowledge action, yeah.
I've yet to see a industry where a business can be really successful under 3 years. So what happens in the first 3 years is all the discovery, different systems, different methods, different approaches, failing, succeeding, failing, succeeding, until it actually gets formulated to be consistent and quality.
Right.
I don't want to discourage people by sharing their story, but the reality is, even the marketing that you're talking about to build that following, if you're starting from scratch, it's going to take at least 90 days, maybe, as you said, 120 days, right?
Longer, right? And
Yeah.
it takes a few years, right, to
Mm.
make a really big impact, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we see a lot of people, and you've probably seen that. They start on it and they go, "Ah, I can't compete with the noise. There's so much noise out there. How do I differentiate myself?" Do you cover some of that in the course?
I do it passively, right? I mean, I don't do mindset training directly, but I do it all passively, right? Behind of scene, I mean, subconsciously or whatsoever, with my appearance, right? With my thinking, right? Um, so that's how I do it, right?
Yeah.
I try to inspire and educate and
Mm.
so on, right? So I say usually, look, you gotta be personally strong, right? Stable, progressive, right? In some way, right? And then your and many others say that your business will reflect, right, your personal stability and commitment, and that's why it's important that we follow that we do a lot of self development, right?
Mm.
And then also the strategizing on top and all these kind of things, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I bring these two things together.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm more passionate about entrepreneurship and business growth than the personal growth and mindset, and to teach it, right. I mean, I love
Yep.
to learn,
Yep.
I love to listen, but
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so it's
Well,
huge, right?
Primoz, I'm thinking also from the social media aspect. You know, there's so much stuff going on social media. How does someone differentiate themselves? How do you stand out
Yeah.
on the social media
So
platform?
so two things, right? Quality, right? Kind of quality and clear message, right? Clear message of who do you help and what are is the outcome that they get, right? And the content needs to go sharp in that, right? Conveying that message, right? It needs to also ask people to take action, either to build an email list or to reach out to you, to work with you or whatever, right? So that's the first piece, right? Um, Quality of
Mm-hmm.
content that you put out, and it's got to be clear on the message, right? And the second thing is also quantity, right? How much of this message do you put out, right? How often and how consistently, because people need to be reminded that you exist, right?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
maybe just one more thing on top of this, beside of quality and consistency, I mean quantity, right? Also, you gotta expand the audience, right? Because if you do quality and quantity, and the audience is not the right one, or if it's not big enough, right, or whatsoever, it's the message is not going to stick, right? If I just have my mom and my dad and my grandma, right, in my network, they're not going to buy no matter what, right? So that's a missing piece that people are missing, right? How to expand the audience, right, of those potential clients, right,
Yeah.
in a specific strategic way.
Yeah.
The first one, it's manual labor. You can manually network with people on daily basis, 5 to 10 people, right? You can go to Facebook groups or follow competitors of yours and find their followers and just add them as friends or make them to follow you. If you follow them, they're gonna follow you back. Or if you like their stuff, they're gonna follow you back. That's Instagram, right? That's the
Yeah.
first way. The second way is you relating to other industry leaders and doing interviews with them or webinars or whatsoever, right? So you can get access to their audiences because their audience is gonna like you and see you. That's, for example, what we are doing right now, right?
Yeah. Yes.
We serve similar audience, right? I do more business strategizing, so you got a software yourself, and you rather focus on mindset and behaviors, right?
Yep.
But if we share our value to our audiences, some of them will love you from my audience. They're gonna go over and like
Yeah.
you, right?
Yeah.
And on the same way, the other side. But you gotta have a strategy, right? Of who to approach and how to do those kind of expansion processes of interviews, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I myself put that down into my 90-day schedule, for example, right? Write down a list or find 5 to 10 people who you can do these collaborations with, right?
Yeah.
And there is a few more expansion strategies. For example, you can write guest blog posts on other blogs, right? And you can be a writer, and then people are gonna come to your website and stuff like that, right? So it's strategizing again, right? And another 1 or 2 methods that I know of
Yeah. Yeah.
how can you expand and
Yeah.
I might be overwhelming everyone with this. I mean, I love to talk fast and
Well,
but hopefully someone can watch this replay.
yeah, I look forward to hearing more about the course and seeing the launch. It sounds like there's a lot of content there, which is really exciting, and it's real. You know, this is how people have to do things today, right? The world,
Yes.
the digital world has changed.
Yes, in 10 years ago, right? 15 years ago, no, not much of this existed, right? I mean,
No.
actually, at that time it started like 15, 20 years ago, right? It started, but I mean, it's new, right? For even for me who know a lot, right? There are certain things that are new. I need to improve and work on and learn from and grow, right? Everyone's got this.
Yeah, I launched my coaching firm in 2007. We didn't even have a website, so and we became one of the most successful firms in the region without any website or anything. But then we had to learn all these things and add all these things. Things have definitely changed over the last 10, 15 years. Well, Primoz, thank you so much. I just want to wrap up for anyone listening, just some of the key points that we covered today. Basically, you know, being able to, I'm just trying to remember some of the main points, the highlights. One, you don't have to create the course before you launch it, right? You need to start building your audience. You need to start engaging people. You need to discover, you know, I think someone else said it the other day, you need to discover if people are going to buy this before you start building it, right? Otherwise, you build something that nobody buys.
They need and want, right?
Yeah.
So
a lot of modification might happen before you even launch and write the course, right? Yeah. And then being consistent, being active, you know, reaching out to different people, and definitely sign up for Primozs course. Where are we going to find that? Is it going to be on Primoz Lazar?
Oh yeah, so I got a gift for everyone, right? It's a 11-minute video, right, that explains pretty much in depth this process that we just talked about, right?
Oh,
How
nice.
can someone start and really launch, right? So it's masterclass.primozlazar.com. So we're gonna put this in the description, right? It's an 11-minute video.
Okay.
Someone can watch it. It's gonna be really valuable. Like imagine I thought about what to put in that video. Like so I put it strategically, like in those 11 minutes, right? And it's step by step, nicely from the beginning to the end. So
Nice.
it's,
So
it's gonna be valuable.
masterclass.primozlazar.com. Yeah,
Right.
perfect. Well, thank you again,
And
Primoz. It was
everywhere on social media, Facebook, Instagram, just search for my name, Primoz Lazar, right?
Yeah.
And I'm almost everywhere, even on YouTube.
Look for the good-looking guy.
Thanks.
Thanks, buddy.
Right.
Good to see you, and look forward to us doing this again.
Thanks, Maggie. And next time we turn the table, and
Yeah,
I look forward.
I look forward to it.
In-depth questions.
Yeah.